So anyway, yeah. So Sigourney Weaver. This is just a theory. This isn't news. It's nothing. It's nothing any substantial. Um, just news, or just rumors. Sorry. I know
Change the
I'm
subject.
working on it. I'm not there yet. Sigourney Weaver is playing a character in Mando called Colonel Ward. Um, so I'm gonna skip around a little bit because I have the notes out of order a little bit. I think, I think that, I think she might be a double agent. Um, if you look at like season 3 of Mando,
Yep.
they're describing with Dr. Pershing this New Republic amnesty program where basically they're like reforming lower level Imperials, somewhat like they did with Operation Paperclip after World War II. Like some of the not so good people of World War II became like NASA scientists, So
Okay.
like,
Yep.
so something like that, but in Star Wars, So I feel like she is actually gonna be some sort of a double agent. At Celebration, Jon Favreau kind of hinted that there was gonna be big surprises to come in this movie.
But nothing right now is confirming either way. This is just a theory that people are talking about, correct?
Yes. And he actually said there's gonna be clues in the merch, so watch the merch. Um, I don't know of many colonels that would be fighting alongside, because like usually you think of colonels like if I'm watching like Band of Brothers, there's higher ranking officers that stay behind the front line, and
Right.
they throw up orders, She's got a not a TIE fighter, an X-Wing fighter, or X-Wing pilot suit on. Like, she's gonna be doing something. So I kind of have a thought that she might, like, towards the end of the movie, she might defect and she knows something's gonna go down and she's gonna be like, oh, we're gonna skedaddle and go to this Imperial base so that they don't get me for it,
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah. There's also only 3 stars listed for the Mando and Grogu, and that's obviously Pedro Pascal, who plays the Mando. Jeremy Allen White, who plays Rada the Hutt, and then Sigourney Weaver. Usually they would have, like, a little bit of both sides of the story. They'd have protagonists and antagonists as somewhat in the main stars of the movie.
Right.
But also the Brickheads Legos. If you see right here, it says The Mandalorian and Grogu, allies and villains, implying that there's multiple of each in this playset, right? You have an Anzellan like
Debatable.
Babu Frick.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. I don't know. You have an Anzellan like Babu Frick. You have Grogu, obviously. You have a snowtrooper without the cowl on, which I love the design of the no scarf snowtroopers. You have Din Djarin. And then you have Colonel Ward with a little coffee cup. I just think that they've been so secretive about who's the villain of this movie. Like, for other trailers, oh, Kylo Ren's the bad guy of this movie,
I mean, have they though? Maybe there isn't like a singular bad guy. Maybe it's like a bad guys on multiple fronts type thing. Maybe it's the Hutts. Maybe it's the Who else did they show in the trailer? The
Embo.
Imperial Remnant people.
Yeah.
I don't think Embo's gonna be a bad guy. I really don't.
Well, maybe in the
I
trailer
think Embo's gonna be the
think
guy that they take him to.
you're supposed to think Embo is the bad guy, and you're supposed to think that Colonel Ward is the good guy, one of the good guys. But if you watch
Maybe.
this scene, she is taking candy away from a baby.
I don't understand
Grogu's
how we
force
could.
pulling.
I don't understand how you and I could watch the same scene and get two different reactions to it. I saw a little kid stealing stuff that wasn't his and got corrected.
It's candy.
It's not his. So what you're saying is that Grogu, because he's a little kid, had every right to eat Frog Lady's eggs. Cause it's a kid and it's food.
That's a little different. That's a little different.
I mean, I'm just saying, none of it's his. He doesn't get it. That's the way it works.
Okay. 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 Well, that's all I have for
She's a bad guy
this.
because she wouldn't let him have candy.
Okay, well, you know what? It doesn't say allies and villain.
Yeah, but that's just their line.
Ally
Like,
and villain?
how many different sets have they come out with over like the since they've been open that says allies and villains?
I don't know.
Have you
Really
looked
don't
at
know.
all of those to see like, oh wait, this other set only has one villain or this other set only has one ally? Like that'd be my question. I mean, I'm not saying she's not. She could very well be a a character that aligns with like bad guys. That's very
Yeah.
possible. I just haven't seen anything that makes me think that that's definitely what's going on. Anything's possible though, for sure.
Well, yeah, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. So, that's all I have for the theory slash rumor. Um, what are you kind of hoping to get out of the Mandalorian movie? I mean, I
To
have
get out
few
of it,
thoughts.
I think my biggest to get out of it is I want to see some connection to Thrawn or people that are connected to him to start tying this movie to like Ahsoka season 2. Like
Yeah.
I think that's kind of needed. I think if it's going to tie in this whole Mandoverse thing, maybe bringing characters in from Mandalorian or different shows. I would like to see Luke Skywalker in it. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I think that'd be cool just because of the interaction they had. And I don't know if Grogu's done, like completely done training with them yet, or if he's still going to like, you know, because it looks like we don't know if it's Dagobah, but it looks like he's on Dagobah, kind of like chilling there and meditating like Yoda would be,
Yeah.
right? So how
I
does he
think
know
you're
to go
supposed
there?
to. I,
The only person that could tell him to go there would be Luke. Mando doesn't know that. I don't
I
know if
don't think it's
Ahsoka knows
Dagobah.
that. I mean, maybe it's not, but I'm just saying that's what it reminds you of, right?
With what I've been seeing, like with dragon snake type creature, I mean, obviously it doesn't look exactly like the one in the Clone Wars, but when they go to Nal Hutta, which is like the Hutt homeworld, which I mean, we're gonna see Hutts.
Yep.
Anyway, we're gonna see something that resembles a dragon snake, and then we see this swampy planet that looks like Dagobah, but honestly could be Nal Hutta because we're gonna have Hutts, we're gonna have dragon snakes. Like it just makes.
But there is a
sense
possibility
that
that's
would be
two
Nal
different
Hutta.
scenes, though, right? Like it could be two different entirely different parts of the movie too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying it is or isn't. I'm just saying we don't. I mean, right now we don't know.
We don't know. We don't know.
But
I
yeah,
mean, we'll
so
see.
I just want to see stuff starting to connect. If they're gonna start intertwining these movies and TV shows, I want to see something in this movie that gives me hope for that. If there isn't anything, like you don't see Thrawn pop up at the very end, like let's say your theory is right, Colonel Ward is bad. Like the end right before the credits when she's like escaping, she escapes to Thrawn's ship and it shows her and she's like Thrawn or something like that and he turns around and it ends. Like I think that, or an after credit scene where that happens. Like
Yeah.
it can be anywhere at the end, but I just think if you do that, then it's like, oh shoot, heck yeah, let's see where this goes, right?
So like I'm kind of thinking that like she is gonna like skedaddle from a battle. Like she's just gonna disappear and then
Skedaddle from a battle.
skedaddle from a battle. Then post credit scene, she jumps out of hyperspace into the Chimera, which is Thrawn's Star Destroyer. And she docks and he goes up to the bridge and he's just there, like, or she's like, we need to talk or something like that, you know?
Well, even if what you're saying, like if she comes out of hyperdrive and it pops up to a ship, we're gonna recognize that that's a ship. So she doesn't even have to go into it or show him. I think that still goes with what I'm saying. Whether it's him or somebody associated with him or something that points directly to him, I think what would be cool that if that does happen, what I would like to see then is that they announce that Sigourney Weaver is going to have some kind of role in Ahsoka season 2 that they've kept secret this whole time, and then I'd be like, oh shoot, that'd be crazy. Whether that happens or not, who knows? But it'd be cool.
So I've talked about my wants before. I'm just gonna bring up my one that I'm just gonna reiterate a little bit. I want Jar Jar Binks and Kelleran Beck to show up. It could be a flashback. It doesn't matter. I think it would be a flashback because in every one of these shows from like the Mandoverse, we've had flashbacks. Look at in Mando season 3 or Book of Boba Fett. Sorry, we see how Grogu gets brought or saved from the Jedi Temple. Kelleran Beck gets him, and then as they're escaping, they're getting help from the Naboo Guard, the Royal Guard, the Naboo Royal Guard.
This is from the comic, right?
No, this is from Book of Boba Fett. That flashback in Book of Boba Fett.
Okay, I'll have to watch that again. I don't remember the Naboo being there. Royal Guard.
The Naboo Royal Guard is there, and they get in his speeder bike, and he's like, "We're gonna take you to a friend." Well, in this comic book, Jar Jar meets Kelleran, and they ended up making this like this.
When does the comic take place, though? Before this, right?
Before this, it's during the Galactic Republic, so it's like shortly after, like it's like halfway. I don't want to say exact timeline. It's between episode 2 and 3.
Okay. How old is Jar Jar in episode 1?
I actually don't know how old Jar Jar is, but we also don't know Gungan timeline.
Okay.
I don't. It could be a thing out there. You're Googling? Okay.
I'm gonna look it up. But go ahead, yeah.
So, but we know Jar Jar's alive after Return of the Jedi, so we add 5 more years after 6 years after Return of the Jedi. That's not out of the realm of possibility.
How do we know he's alive after that? Is that the comic?
It's in one of the Aftermath books. But anyway, they make like this underground pathway for Jedi. I mean, we saw the underground path for the Jedi in the Kenobi series, but we don't know if it's specifically for the Jedi, but maybe for people that oppose Emperor Palpatine, you know?
Right.
I just think we're gonna see. Because of all that, I think we're gonna see Jar Jar and Kelleran again soon. I mean, I hope so.
I'm okay with Kelleran. I hope no Jar Jar.
Listen,
I don't want the movie to be
just
ruined.
want them. I understand. Listen. I think we need Jar Jar. I think he needs like a redemption. Okay. Is there anything that Jar Jar can do to gain any sort of support from you? Like any sort of... For the people who hate Jar Jar, is there anything that can bring Jar Jar back to light, you know? Like if Jar Jar came back, what would he have to do? In your guys' eyes. I'm saying your guys' is like the people that grew up with the original trilogy. And
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I like if I take away everything that happened in the prequels, like and so far in Clone Wars, like if Jar Jar can just absolutely do zero Wile E. Coyote shenanigans where he's like absolutely just ridiculously horrible the whole time, and he's just like he's not like stumbling into like, oh hey, like I tripped and fell and I knocked this boulder off the cliff and it sealed the cave up, and that's how Mandalorian got out and the giant dragon whatever creature got stuck in there. Like if that happens, I'm gonna be disappointed and be like, this is dumb, I hate this. If he's not doing that stuff and he's like grown and he's not such a clumsy, bumbling, babbling, dumb character, then I'll be okay with it. But I don't
I
see them
think
taking him and completely changing his character.
I do think that they would. Have you read the
I haven't read
excerpt?
anything.
I'm not saying you needed to read the whole book. Have you read the excerpt? Like during the aftermath books, they have like a chapter. Obviously it's not chapter one. Chapter. They have the first part, a like middle like little blurb, and then the end. You know,
Okay.
the first
Okay.
half blurb, end. Second half.
Okay.
The whole middle blurb of I think it's Aftermath Life Debt is that Jar Jar thing. And it seems like he understands that he messed up. Like it seems like he has grown and been like, "Hey, I understand that I did wrong and everybody's treating me like garbage." It's just yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure he can learn his lesson, but I think if Jar Jar can be less Jar Jar and more like the what's the dude that like arrested him in the beginning or whatever, the other Gungan that looks just like
Captain
him.
Tarples.
If he can be more like him, then I'll tolerate him. If he's like Jar Jar, like I thought Jar Jar in prequels was bad. He is a gazillion times worse in Clone Wars. It's so
Yeah.
ridiculously horrible. I'm like, gosh, dang it. And like his slip and falls now go from like, oh, I slipped and fell like 6 inches to like the Wile E. Coyote stuff where he's like, I slipped and I tumbled and I rolled down this hill and then I kicked
And
this
then I
did
froze midair and then went,
yeah,
yeah!
yeah. And it's like, bro just fell for like 17 minutes of a 21-minute episode. Like,
Listen, I know
get
you
out of
just
here.
watched the episode that I'm going to be talking about, so I know I can talk about this. But,
Okay.
spoiler alert for a however many year old show, 2008 show.
Right.
I know that this show is made for kids, but then I have such a hard time saying that it's made for kids because we've seen decapitations, we've seen that scene during the Mandalorian arc where Anakin is gonna save the guy from blowing up a ship, and he just
No, he's not
stabs
gonna
him
save
in the
a guy.
back.
You don't even
No,
see
he's gonna
Anakin.
save the ship. Sorry, we're gonna save
Hold
the
on.
ship from the guy that's about to blow up the ship.
No, you don't even know Anakin's there. Obi-Wan and the lady ruler of Mandalore are like standing there with the die. Yeah, and the dude's like, "Oh, like what's going to happen? Obi-Wan, are you going to do something and she's going to hate you for it? Or you, the pacifist, are you going to have to do something? Ha ha ha. Which one's going to do something?" And Anakin's just like, boop, lightsaber through. He lightsabered him like Chimera hole punched the Jedi.
Yeah. So
Bop.
Bop. This is exactly why I say that it's hard to say that Clone Wars is a kids show. Is because
Right.
of scenes like that. Yeah.
I think the worst part about that scene, real quick though, is that like he did it, dude dropped, he catches the detonator, and he's just like he has this absolute reaction to Obi-Wan, and he's like, eh. like
Anakin.
like it's not even like, oh man, I don't like that I had to do that, or I'm sorry that I had to do that. It's just like he's like, hey, wanna go grab a cheeseburger?
You need a drink, like. Yeah.
What just happened?